Welcome all Flutter and Dart enthusiasts and developers. In today's tutorial, we are diving into the exciting world of emojis and Flutter, and app development in Dart overall. Emojis have become an integral part of modern communication, and with Flutter and Dart, integrating emojis into your apps has never been easier thanks to fantastic packages like Emoji Extension. I'm Dominic, and I'm thrilled to be your guide as we explore the Emoji Extension package and how it can elevate your Flutter and Dart app's user experience. Whether you're building a messaging app, social platform, or anything in between, understanding how to seamlessly integrate emojis can truly set your app apart. Throughout this tutorial, we'll cover everything you need to know to get started with Emoji Extension. From setting up your project to some usage scenarios, you'll gain the skills and knowledge to harness the power of emojis in your Flutter and Dart apps. Let's dive right in. Emoji Extension is a powerful package that enhances your emoji experience in your Flutter and Dart apps. It's packed with two main features. First up, we have the Emoji Collection, and with it, you get access to a comprehensive collection of over 5,000 emojis. These emojis are sourced from the newest Unicode standard, meaning you'll have the access to the latest and greatest emojis out there. But that's not all. This collection also provides valuable data such as names, Unicodes, groups, subgroups, and it even includes shortcodes from popular platforms like Discord, GitHub, and Slack. The second main feature of the Emoji Extension package is the Emojis extension itself. And this feature is incredibly useful for interacting with emojis within any text. With Emojis extension, you can extract emojis, count them, remove them, and much more. So let's install the Emoji Extension package, and I will show you what we can do with it. Before we dive in, let's ensure our project is set up and ready to go. So create a new Flutter or Dart project or open an existing one like I have here. And after that, go to the pub.dev /packages/emoji_extension. The link will be in the description as well. Go to the installing tab and copy first or second line, depending whether you're building a Dart project or Flutter app. For now, I have a Dart project. I'll copy the first one. Go to the terminal, paste the line, click enter, and you're ready to go. Just make sure that in your pub.spec.yaml file under the dependencies, Emoji Extension package is present. I've got here simple Dart console application that prints hello world to the console, as you can see here. And all I've done is I've added the Emoji Extension as a dependency to the pub.spec.yaml file. Let's print some emojis to the console, shall we? To do it, we simply type emojis.all, have an import, and just like that, we can print all of the data from the Emoji Extension right to the console. But there are over 5,000 of emojis there, so maybe instead of printing all of them, let's take first 3. We've got here a bunch of data about emoji, such as value, Unicode, name, group and subgroup on which the emoji belongs to. We've got even the Unicode version on which the emoji was introduced to. We've got very useful shortcodes like Discord, GitHub, and Slack. You may notice that I use the standard take method to get only the first 3 emojis, but the Emojis extension introduces additional methods such as take last. So now we are able to get the last 3 emojis from the collection. I highly recommend you to look at the documentation or go to the README to check what is actually possible. Under the table of contents, under the emojis collection section, you've got all of the methods and getters that you can use. Let's see by group method. Each of the methods has a simple example, and let's try it in our code. To get only the emojis that belong to a specific group, we can simply type by group and specify a group. Let's say food and drink. And here we are. We've got only the emojis that belong to the food and drink group. If we are only interested in some specific field from the data, we can simply achieve it with additional getters. Let's say that we are only interested in values. To it, simply type values at the end. And as a result, you will get only the emoji values that belong to the food and drink. Emojis class has additional shortcut methods that you can use to simplify this code even more. Instead of writing all of this, you can simply write food and drink like this, and you will get the same result. I highly recommend you to play around with the emojis class, and let me show you one more example. Let's take only the emojis that were introduced in Unicode version 10. Just by typing so by version and specifying the version, we will get all of the values that were introduced in Unicode version 10. Instead of getting all of the values, let's take only the names. And to do so, just simply type names at the end, and we will get all of the emoji names. As you may probably guess, we can simplify the code even more. And instead of typing all of this, we've got convenient method, and we will get the same result. The second main feature of the emoji extension package is the Emojis extension itself. I've got again simple Dart console hello world application that prints the hello world to the console. All I've done is I've added the emoji extension as a dependency to the pubspec.yaml file. Emoji extension is very useful for interacting with emojis within any text. Let's check whether this text contains any emoji. And to do it, you can simply type .emojis, which is an extension that you can use on any string. And just by doing so, you will gain a bunch of additional getters and methods that you can use to interact with emojis within this text. Actually, this text has no emojis, and we can check it by using the contains getter. That's correct. Let me change this text so that it will contain some emojis. And let's see the result. Great. Emojis extension has many different getters and methods that you can use to interact with. And to learn more about all of them, go to documentation or go to the README. Under the Emojis extension section, you'll see all of the available options. Let me show you another example. Let's count the emojis within this text. And to do so, you can simply type count. And that's it. One of the most useful methods that are available in the emoji extension is the possibility to change emojis to their shortcode equivalents. And to do so, we can simply type two shortcodes. And as you can see, we've got a bunch of different options. You can choose whatever you like. I'll choose Slack shortcodes. And just by doing so, we will get the same text, but instead of emojis, we've got their shortcode counterparts. We can reverse it by simply typing emojis that from shortcodes, and we will get the text from the beginning. Let's use what we've learned so far and build some Flutter apps. The first one will be Emoji Overview app for displaying all of the emoji data from the emoji extension package. I've got here a default Flutter project with the counter app. Let's add emoji extension package to the project. Once that's done, let's rename the project. Let's remove the default homepage and create our own. Once that is done, let's create another widget called Emoji List that will take a list of emojis as a parameter. Let's have the necessary import, and this emoji list will build us a list. We don't have emoji tile yet, so let's build one. Emoji tile will take emoji as a parameter. Let's have a necessary import. Let's build list tile. Once our emoji list is done, we can use it in our homepage. And now we can fulfill it with all of the emojis. Instead of printing all of the available emojis in one list, let's group them. In order to do it, let's create a tab bar below our up bar with all of the available emoji groups. We can find all of the available emoji groups under the emojis.groups getter, and let's build our tab bar. Now let's create our tabs. Make our tab bar scrollable. Once that's done, we will get our tab bar with all of the available groups. Once our tab bar is ready, let's adjust our content because we still print all of the emojis under each tab. Let's remove our list and create a tab bar view. For each of the available group, let's build a separate emoji list that will take only the emojis from that group. And in order to do it, we can use our convenient getter emojis.byGroup, and we can pass our group. Let's wrap our tab bar view with expanded widget, take all of the available space. Done. We'll see only the emojis that belong to this specific group. The last thing that left is emoji details page. Once we click on any of the emoji tiles, we want to see an emoji details page. Let's create another page called emoji page that will take emoji as a parameter. Let's have a necessary import. Let's print emoji name as a title of the page. And for our body, let's create a column, value, for now, let's print only the emoji shortcode and the big image of an emoji here. Once our emoji page is ready, let's add navigation to it. Go to the emoji tile and on tab method, let's add our navigation code to the emoji page with emoji as a parameter. Have a necessary import, and once that is done, after clicking the emoji tile, we can successfully navigate to our emoji page with title, emoji itself, and its shortcode. The entire code of this project is available in the examples of the emoji extension package, and the direct link to it will be attached to the description of this video. The second app will be a simple chat application when we will try to mimic the behavior of the Messenger app. I've got here simple chat application, as you can see, but there is one issue with this app. I will show you. Let's type some emojis, maybe emoji with text and plain text. As you can see, something looks off. This is not the behavior that we are familiar with, for example, from Messenger app. If we compare it, then we can see that when we type only the emoji is bigger and it's not in the bubble. The same goes if the text contains only emojis, and if there are more emojis, they are just smaller, but still they are not in the bubble. And we will try to fix it in our app. In order to do it, let's add emoji extension package to the project. So head over to pub.dev/packages/emoji_extension, go to the installing tab, copy the following line, go to the terminal, paste the line, click enter, and just make sure that in your pub.spec.yaml file under the dependencies, emoji extension package is present. Once we've added emoji extension package to our project, we can change our code a bit. Go to the chat page, which renders a list of the messages. Go to the message widget, which renders a single message. And here we need to add a conditional logic to check whether this text contains only emojis, and then we need to render something else than a bubble, or if the text contains something else than emojis, like here and here, then we will render the message bubble, which is this code. Let's extract the code that is responsible for rendering a message bubble. Let's extract it to separate widget. Let's call it message bubble. Let's move it to separate file. Let's create a different widget for rendering only emojis. Let's call it message emoji. And it will take single parameter, which is text. And let's simply render this text. Let me increase font size a bit. Let's add some margin. Now our message emoji widget is ready. We can go to the message widget to add our conditional logic. What we want to achieve, we want to check whether this text contains only emojis. And to do so, we can simply type text.emojis.only. And if this condition is true, we want to render message emoji widget and pass our text there. And otherwise, we want to render a message bubble. We need the necessary import. And just by doing so, if we refresh our app, now if the message contains only emojis, emojis are not in the message bubble. The last missing part is emoji size. To fix that, head over to message emoji. In the font size, let's add conditional logic. I will use a switch expression. I need to count emojis within this text by simply typing emojis.count. When the count is less or equal to 3, then the font size should be 60. And if the count is less or equal to 5, then the font size should be 30. In all other scenarios, let the font size be 16. And just by doing so, we will have our expected result. The entire code of this project is available in the examples of the emoji extension package. The direct link to it will be attached to the description of this video. And there you have it. We reached the end of our journey exploring the emoji extension package and its capabilities for integrating emojis into Flutter apps. Throughout this tutorial, we've covered everything you need to know, from setting up the project to implementing emojis in messaging app scenario. Don't forget to like the emoji extension package on pub.dev or start it on Github. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.